Good morning, students. I hope that you all are fine. But this is very hard time for us. During this time, we are also facing the difficulty in our studies. And to come out of this difficulty, I have planned to record a video for you all. So first of all, what we will see, we will go through our syllabus of English subject so that we can get a clear idea that what we have to study throughout the year. So let's see. So this is here you can see that English, as we know, that it has been divided into 4 sections. The first section is reading, second section is writing, and third section is grammar, and the last one is our literature. Students, here I would like to tell you all that this time we have 2 English books. One is Honeysuckle, the main one, textbook, and the second one is A Pact with the Sun, that is supplementary reader. Okay, so now let's see that what we have to study in grammar section. So here you can see that it has been mentioned to the points, and the first one is noun, second pronoun, third adjectives, adverbs, articles, verbs, preposition, conjunctions, interjections, subject verb agreement, active passive voice, direct and indirect speech, types of sentences, phrases and clauses, punctuations, modals, word power, integrated grammar exercises. So now when we all came to know about our syllabus, we'll see that what are the books that we have to study. So here I have 2 books that you can see. So let's open one. So this is your Honeysuckle, the main book, literature part. And here in this book we have 10 stories, that is prose, and 10 poems. So you must have recognized these things, that in the similar way we have studied in our last class, that is the chapters were divided into stories and poems. Fine. The second book here is supplementary, and this is A Pact with the Sun. So here also we have 10 stories in all. And let's see what are the stories titles. So our first story will be A Tale of Two Birds, The Friendly Mongoose, The Shepherd's Treasure, Old Clock Shop, Tansen, The Monkey and the Crocodile, The Wonder Called Sleep, A Pact with the Sun, What Happened to the Reptiles, A Strange Wrestling Match. Okay, so these are the chapters from our supplementary book. Okay, so what we are going to do today is we will start a chapter. Okay, so we are going to start a chapter from our literature, that is textbook. This is the main one out of 2 books. Okay, and see here the chapter's name is Who Did Patrick's Homework. Okay, so in the story we will come to understand that who is this boy, okay, and who is there in the story that is doing his homework. Fine. Also, before starting the chapter, as you all know, that we underline the hard words, see, and then we write the meanings of those words. Rather, some words have been given in the right margin of the book. You can see here, some are here as well, and here also. Okay, so some words have been given in the right margin, but some of the words that you have to find from the book and have to write the meanings. Okay, and if possible make sentences as well. Fine. So let's see first what is there in the story, right? So first paragraph says, Patrick never did homework. Too boring, he said. He played hockey and basketball and Nintendo instead. His teachers told him, Patrick, do your homework or you won't learn a thing. And it's true, sometimes he did feel like an ignoramus. But what could he do? He hated homework. Okay, now students, we can see some name of the games have been given over here, like hockey, basketball, and Nintendo. Now you must be thinking, what is Nintendo? So it's a type of a video game. You can see in the right margin that has been written over here. It's a type of a video game. See? So he kept playing these games all the time and he never did his homework. Even when the teachers said him to do his homework, he remained ignoramus. Here ignoramus means lacking interest. Okay, or you can also say the person who really don't want to educate himself. Right, here also you can see an ignorant person who lacks education. Okay, so he was ignoramus, he did not like to do homework, and he said always that he hated homework. Okay, in a similar way, in our class also some of the students are there who used to say that I don't like to do homework. Right, in the same way here also we can see that Patrick is like that. Now let's come to second paragraph. In second paragraph we come to see that then one day he found his cat playing with a little doll and he grabbed it away. To his surprise, it wasn't a doll. It wasn't a doll at all, but a man of the tiniest size. He had a little wool shirt with old-fashioned breeches and a high tall hat, much like a witch's. He yelled, "Save me! Don't give me back to the cat. I will grant you a wish. I promise you that." Fine. So what we come to see here in the second paragraph, that one day Patrick's cat was playing with a doll. Okay, and when Patrick went near his cat, what he saw that it was actually not a doll. Rather, it was small man. It was a man of a tiniest size. Seeing that small man, the tiniest size man, Patrick was surprised. He thought that what is it? Okay. In the meantime, the elf, or you can say the man of the smallest size, started yelling, started screaming. Here yelled means screaming or making a sound to save himself. Okay, so he heard that noise, the screaming noise, save me, from the cat. Okay, and at the same time the elf said that if you are going to save me from this cat, I am promising you that I will give you a wish. Fine. Let's see the third paragraph. Patrick couldn't believe how lucky he was. Here was the answer to all of his problems. So he said, "Only if you do all my homework till the end of the semester, that's 35 days. If you do a good enough job, I could even get A's." Okay, so this was the best time for Patrick. He thought that this is the luckiest time for me because I have got someone who is going to do my homework for this semester. And the semester was of 35 days. Okay, Patrick also thought that if this elf will be doing his homework, he will get A's because he was finally a magician type of man, right? If he was a man of a tiniest size and if he did not belong to his area, his planet, so he must be knowing something miraculous. So he said that, okay, fine, if you are going to do my whole homework for 35 days, I am going to save you. After listening this, the little man's face wrinkled like a dishcloth thrown in the hamper. He kicked his legs and doubled his fists, and he grimaced and scolded and pursed his lips. "Oh, am I cursed?" but I'll do it. Okay, so listening this, the little man was not happy at all. He wrinkled his face. Here, wrinkled his face means he was angry and he was making his faces in different ways. And also his face has been compared to a dishcloth. What is dishcloth? The dishcloth is that cloth that we use in our home to wipe out something, to clean out something. Okay, and we must have seen that these dishcloth, how these dishcloths look like. It remains all crushed and looks old, right? So in the same way his face looked like, because he was not happy at all. Also he kicked his legs in his anger and doubled his fist. He tightly closed his fist. Let's now come to next paragraph. And true to his word, that little elf began to do Patrick's homework. Except there was one glitch. Glitch means one problem. The elf didn't always know what to do and he needed help. Help me, he would say. And Patrick would have to help in whatever way. So now here was one problem. Now the elf was all ready to do the homework, or he was all set to do Patrick's homework, but the problem was he did not know everything. Now whenever he was getting confused with some of the things, he kept asking Patrick that help me, and he said that I want your help, I don't know this and I don't know that, right? I don't know this word. The elf squeaked. Squeaked means making a shrill noise. While reading Patrick's homework, get me a dictionary. No, what's even better? Look up the word and sound it out by each letter. Okay, now elf said that I don't know anything. Okay, I don't know anything. I don't know how to read. I don't know how to write. So now you are going to spell all the letters. You are going to read all the words and help me out in writing these things, in doing your own homework. Okay, so the Patrick sat with the dictionary and started helping the elf himself. When it came to maths, Patrick was out of luck. What are times tables? The elf shrieked. So you can see here that every time the elf has some problem with the homeworks, it shows that he was knowing nothing, but forcefully somehow he was trying to do it, because he has promised him, he wanted to save himself from the cat, right? So now here times table is, generally we understand the table that we read in our schools, like 2 1 are 2 and 2 2 are 4. So those are called time tables. So it is simply table, right? So he was not knowing times tables. He was having no idea about mathematical terms, the terms like addition, subtraction, division and fraction, what these things were. He had no idea, right? So here, sit down beside me and you simply must guide me. Elves know nothing of human history. To them it's a mystery. So the little elf, already a shouter, just got louder. Go to the library. I need books. More and more books. And you can help me read them too. Okay, so now elf here said that I don't know anything. I don't know timetables, I don't know addition, I don't know subtraction, division, fraction, nothing. I have no idea of these things. Even I don't know about human history. Here human history is a social science. So here you can see that he had no idea about anything, because this elf was not of this place, right? So he has no idea about anything. Here students, you can also see a rhyming word, a pair of rhyming word has been used, like human history and mystery. See here, mystery history. So it has been used, these rhyming words have been used to just make the line attractive, right? So the little elf already a shouter. Here again you can see the louder, right? Shouter, louder. So the little elf already a shouter just got louder. Go to the library, I need books, more and more books, and you can help me read them too. Okay, so he again said that go to the library and bring me some books, and then only I am going to do your homework. Then only it is going to be possible for me to get your homework done. Let's see now next paragraph. As a matter of fact, every day in every way that little elf was a nag. Patrick was working harder than ever, and was it a drag? He was studying up nights, had never felt so weary, was going to school with his eyes puffed and bleary. So now here it is being said that as a matter of fact, now the thing was that it was now clear to Patrick that finally he has only to do his all the homework. The elf was only a nag. He was just lacking the concern that how important the homework was, and he was helping no more. So here meaning of nag is a troublesome person, the one who creates problem every time. So all the time he created some problem to Patrick, and Patrick himself started to study and do hard work, and this time he was all sure that he is going to get good marks. He kept studying day and night, so much so that his eyes got weary and puffy. Okay, so finally what happened? Finally the last day of school arrived, and then Elf was free to go for homework. There was no more, for homework was no more. Okay, so he quietly and slowly slipped out the back door. So now when the homework was over, the elves thought that before Patrick would say something, he should slowly slip from the back door, so that he must not give me any other work, right? Patrick got his A's, his classmates were amazed, his teachers smiled and were full of praise, and his parents, they wondered what had happened to Patrick. He was now model kid, cleaned his room, did his chores, was cheerful, never rude, like he had developed a whole new attitude. So now Patrick was totally changed because he has studied day and night. He has got now A's in all his subjects, right? And everybody was surprised to see Patrick change. His teachers, his parents, his friends, all were surprised at how this change came into Patrick. You see, in the end, Patrick still thought he had made the time and do all his homework. But I will share a secret just between you and me. It wasn't the elf. Patrick had done it himself. So now, till the end of his semester, till the end, he was thinking, the boy was thinking that he has not did his homework. Rather, the elf has helped him do his homework. The elf only had completed his homework. Okay, and this is a secret that writer wants to share between him and you, that actually this homework was done by Patrick himself. Patrick was the one who has completed his homework, and due to he himself has got A grades, right? So this is the chapter, first chapter that we have read right now. I hope you all understood this chapter. Now you are going to read this chapter thoroughly, nicely, so that you can understand. If needed, watch the video once again. We will resume next day. Thank you. Have a nice day.